We're making falafels. So let's get started. Let me show you how I make falafels. I like to serve it with some nice wraps. You can put it in pita bread with some nice onion, tomatoes, any sauce that you like. We use sweet chili and cheese. So I'm going to show you the easy way to make falafels. I always like to use the most convenient way, especially for a weeknight dinner. I know a lot of people say don't use canned chickpeas. I do, especially if I want to make it quick. What you can do if you do use dried chickpeas is soak them the day before. You can let them soak, put them in the fridge and use them whenever you're ready. But for convenience, let's do the canned one today. This recipe takes 1 can of chickpeas. I'm just going to open that up and keep some of the water. If the consistency in your chickpeas aren't nice and pasty, you can add some of the water. Put them in our food processor. I've been making these for years, and at the time when I didn't have a food processor, I just used to mash it with a potato masher. That also works. I've added my chickpeas to the food processor. So now I'm adding 1 small chopped onion, 3 to 5 garlic cloves, and 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. I'm just going to pulse that together for a bit. So remember to scrape down the sides every now and again until the consistency is nice and fine. So the consistency you want is something between small granules and a paste. So you want them to stick together when you fry them in your oil. Okay, I'm happy with that. It could go a bit more, but I'm adding the rest of my ingredients, and then we're going to pulse it a bit more in the blender. So to that, I'm adding 1.5 tablespoons of flour, 1 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cumin, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1/4 teaspoon black pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper. And to that, I'm also adding a pinch of ground cardamom. Bring that together. Scrape down the sides. So it's a nice grainy, pasty consistency. The plan is to get some fluffy falafels after you fried them in the oil it's crispy on the outside and fluffy on the inside. Let's see if we can make a ball yet. So now I'm going to take this, just put it in a separate bowl and put it in the fridge for about an hour. Looking at my consistency, it's somewhere between a couscous and a paste. So we're happy with this. I'm going to take it out of my blender bowl and just put it in a separate bowl that can go into the fridge. Now it's going to the fridge for an hour. So I've chilled our mixture for about an hour. Now we can roll it out into balls on parchment paper, just so we set it out to have it ready for frying in our oil. So let's warm up some oil and fry these falafels. So looking at these, you can see my first batch, the oil wasn't hot enough, and that's why I did that. But on my second batch that I did, they're beautiful. So that's just be mindful of the heat of your oil. And this is the absolute, look at that, fluffy, lovely on the inside, nice crust on the outside. So let's start assembling those wraps.
For these wraps, you can add whatever you have in your fridge. Add your favorite sauce and you have a winner. And that's how you make these lovely wraps with our fluffy falafels. I hope you enjoyed cooking along with me. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more delicious recipes. And that's a wrap. See you in the next video.